Hello and welcome. My name is Eric Lantris, and I want to introduce to you On-Page.ai. So I want to go over frequently asked questions. I want to get you up to speed if you're not up to speed. I know we have a whole bunch of members that are already using it day in, day out. However, if you're not and you're kind of curious about, what is it and how it fits into the whole ecosystem, this video is for you. I want to start with the kind of like mission statement, why I created it and why I do SEO and, where I'm coming from. So as you know, with traffic research and then now with On-Page.ai, I want people to be able to rank online even if they don't have a multi-billion-dollar budget. If you run a local business, e-commerce store, an affiliate website, I want you to be heard and I want your business to thrive online. That's why I created traffic research and I've been helping members for over a decade. And that's also why I created On-Page.ai. It's essentially designed from the ground up to mimic Google as closely as possible, mimic search engines as closely as possible in order to provide you with the intelligence required to rank for some of the toughest keywords in the world. So from breaking down pages into sections exactly like Google does, to using advanced natural language processing exactly like Google does, to measuring relevance of your links exactly like Google does, we're delivering a new level of insights that can help you rank online. So our main thing is we're crawling the web and crawling your pages exactly like Google and giving you the closest insights that reflect what Google thinks of your site and Google thinks of your pages and so forth, so that you could get the best, ranking info. Now, ultimately, I believe that every single search engine and ranking algorithm can be broken down and explained and exploited. So as search slowly moves from being link focused to more artificial intelligence focused, we could actually use our own artificial intelligence to know what they're thinking and provide actionable insights that you could use to rank higher. So essentially we're fighting fire with fire here. Now, if you're ready to fight back against $1 billion corporations that are getting unfair advantage online, then On-Page.ai is a tool that you want by your side to help you rank. So I've designed this not for Best Buys of the world or Amazons of the world. Essentially, I designed this for my friends and entrepreneurial friends that are trying to rank each day, and they're up against huge corporate websites. This is to give you the an edge so you can compete with them and even surpass them and rank on the top of search engines. This is the whole point, is to rank for tough terms. All right. So let me explain the mimicking Google, because I've mentioned that a whole bunch. And this is kind of one of the things that makes it different. I built it from the ground up to mimic Google as closely as possible to get the information that Google really thinks about your website. So when you enter a keyword in our on-page tool, which is one of our main features, we scan the top ranking pages to discover what's currently being rewarded for your keyword in your specific industry. So the way we mimic Google in that instance is we break down the page into different sections. So the header, the footer, the sidebar, the advertisement, the main content, supplemental content. And what it essentially looks like is we ignore things like the advertisement because there's a lot of misleading information in the sidebar. So whatever your term here, it doesn't matter. Like if there's a sidebar advertisement for, Cocoa Puffs or something, but you're trying to rank for vitamin C, one doesn't have anything to do with the other. So that's why competitors often return very misleading information, such as adding 42 subheadlines. I've actually seen this, and adding 68 images, or suggesting words like privacy policy. So I've had recommendations from other tools that are like, hey, you need to add 68 more images, which makes no sense. But the reason they're doing that is because they found a whole bunch of images in the sidebar because every single link had a thumbnail, right? So that has nothing to do with the main content. And what we focus on is exactly how Google looks at it, where they identified the main content and supplemental content. And then once we do that, we could actually provide you with much more accurate results. So that's kind of my approach, and everything I do will be to be as accurate as possible, as close as possible to how Google does it, so that you could gain access to the same data that they're looking at and have a competitive advantage over your competition. So as search engines move more towards understanding queries on a page, Google's actually evolving their AI so that they could understand the relationships between words, content, and links. And this is where On-Page shines. So we provide on-page content categorization. So we're breaking it down in the same categories as Google uses to categorize things. So I could look at the number one result and say, okay, this one is in business and industrial, business services. That means that my page, which I'm comparing right here, should also be in that same category if I want to have the best chances of ranking. Because if you're in, home and garden here, and then here's business and industrial, that means you're in the wrong category, you're in the wrong bucket. Google is probably never going to rank you. So it's giving you insights to basically narrow down and fit exactly into the category that Google wants to rank. So On-Page will tell you which content category you should be in and where you currently stand. And this is special. We're going to tell you the exact words that you need to add to get into that desired category. So this is a beta feature right now with the full rollout of all categories coming soon. And we're already doing a whole bunch of categories. There's just a lot of categories and a lot of data to accumulate. But what we're doing is essentially telling you, okay, you want to land into business and industrial / business services. Here are the words you need to add to your page. So that is going beyond just normal page optimization, but also category optimization. So you're getting the double benefits. Now, in terms of content, as I've just mentioned, we also want to build better content in general. So your whole website will have better content. And On-Page.ai features within will allow you to build better topical websites. Topical websites essentially are websites that focus on a specific category of content, and they kind of branch out like you're seeing right here. So if you have a home and garden website, you're going to want to have stuff within the home and garden categories. And of course, you want to have things that are, home and garden general, and then home and garden appliance. And you could go below that and kind of divide. This allows you to build a highly topical website, which are being rewarded, heavily rewarded these days. And then this is actually one of the best ways to start a website if you want to go up against the mega conglomerates or whatever, the mega sites. You want to have higher relevance in them, and also leads to higher rankings. So there's a whole bunch of features and tools, and I have training inside the On-Page that helps you laser focus your efforts for the most profitable terms. So not only can you have a super relevant website, but if you want, you could also focus by having supporting articles that are on the exact same categories as your main keyword. And then you could have ultra relevant links. And I'll show you how to get ultra relevant links as well. So it gives you the ultimate advantage to rank for the most difficult keywords in the most difficult niches. So this is how you essentially fight back against the big, giant billion-dollar websites that are dominating the industry. You could be there too. And the exceptions, which, the people that are ranking, are using techniques like this. So inside, you could also we have a link relevancy feature, which allows you to troubleshoot rankings, build your ideal link profile, and even steal your competitor's best links. So there's different ways you could use the tool. There's just so many options. So I build the tools, but if people come up with different use cases and different flows and so forth, and they're doing amazing stuff with a set of tools. Anyways, so On-Page.ai, if you're a solo entrepreneur or an agency that relies on search engine rankings, then it could help you fight back against billion-dollar corporations which are unfairly ranking in the search results. So essentially, I want to provide people with the intelligence data that you need to create predictable rankings. Now, I want to go over a few questions. I've had a lot of questions. I'm going to go over the main ones. And if you have any additional questions, feel free to email us or email me or anything. We'll get back to you, explain everything. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible with all of this. So what are the features or key features included in On-Page? It's an all-in-one tool. So the On-Page is kind of like it's an all-in-one tool where you have the main On-Page tool. You have predictive guest posts. You have link relevancy turbo, content editor, and we have a secret link feature coming soon. I can't disclose it right now because I don't want people stealing it and trying to preempt us. We're ahead of the industry in many respects, and I have this link feature is going to blow people's minds. I'm going to present it, and then you'll like it. There's also a secret keyword feature coming soon, and that's also going to be really cool. But for now, we have essentially the On-Page tool, predictive guest post, link relevancy turbo, and content editor, and all of these are they're tools that I use every single day. They're leading tools. All right, cool. Now let's move on. I'm gonna this is what they all look like. What else? What kind of data is returned from the on-page tool? Well, on-page tool uses NLP for every single scan. So if ever you see competitors talking about that, or you're looking into it, it uses natural language processing. For every single scan that we do, natural language processing. And it returns a list, essentially, of the most important entities to add to a page. We also return keyword variations, relevant categories, category keywords, ideal topical categories, internal link recommendations. We return the metrics, such as things like word count, H1, H2, and so forth. Image count, entity frequency, entity density, and there's a whole bunch more coming soon as well. Now, what else? Will I be adding more ranking signals and more things? Yes, we're going to be adding more stuff. And the one thing I do want to mention is we're probably not going to be adding the things that a lot of people expect, because my goal with On-Page, and hopefully you'll appreciate this, is to deliver the most accurate and useful data for ranking websites online. One of my criticisms, and one of the reasons I decided to create On-Page in the first place, is because some tools or some places, competitors, were adding a whole bunch of filler data, or just adding data for the sake of adding data, and it clouded the reports, and it just made things misleading, and you couldn't focus on what really mattered. So my mission, I want to provide mission critical data that's going to help you rank. So my objective is to help you rank as high as possible. So if something is not going to help you rank, I don't want to include it, right? So that said, we're always adding data, and there's more data planned, and I'm going to be adding special data that I don't think that anyone else has returned before that could actually help you rank a lot. And if there's anything else you want to see, just let me know, right? So I'm an open book, and you could always talk to me and let me know what you want to see. However, I don't want to add data just for the sake of adding data. It's really easy to do, but it basically dilutes the important stuff. So how do you know what's really important when you get 15, 16 pages of data? Where's the important things? I don't want you to have to search for the needle in the haystack. I just want to give you all the gold right away. So that's my approach. I just want all the stuff that I give you to be excellent and good. All right. Which languages are supported? So On-Page has kind of like two portions. So the On-Page portion supports English, French, German, Spanish, Italian, Japanese, Russian, Portuguese, Chinese, and Korean. So that's the On-Page portion. A lot of people are using that every single day. And now we have the categorization portion, which is used in the categories, link relevancy, and predictive guest posts. And this portion of the tool only supports English. So if ever you put something that's in Japanese, it just won't return any results. It'll be like, all right, well, we looked and we didn't find anything. So you could still use them if you want. You can still try it, but like it's main only for English. However, we're expanding. We're adding additional languages as when they're available. And On-Page portion, if let's say you're doing things in Italian, and that's your only market, and you don't do any English whatsoever, then we have a special plan that's just On-Page. So we accommodate those. If you just want to have the On-Page, get that. But if you do anything in English, I highly recommend you get the full set of features. Anything in English at all, even if it's only part of your portfolio, you do some stuff in English, I highly recommend you get the full package. All right, now which regions are supported? This is what I mean by regions is where like which Google data centers are we crawling? So Google.com, Google.ca, Google.co.uk, and so forth. We crawl essentially Canada, UK, Australia, US, obviously, Spain, Germany, Italy, South Africa, and Ireland. And if you have more, just let me know. We've added a whole bunch of places recently based on customer requests. So we added Italy, South Africa, and Ireland in the past few days because someone asked me to do it. And so if you have anything, let me know. And link relevancy and predictive guest posts work in all regions of the world. As long as the data is in English, it'll work. So you covered there. Now, does it work with X type of site? And the answer is is yes. So On-Page works with all kinds of websites. So WordPress, e-commerce platforms such as Shopify, BigCommerce, and more. If it's online, it could be optimized. Now, is there a trial? Got this one a lot. There are no trials. Every scan costs us money, and I decided it's better not. Well, I decided to not have any trials. You could register for free and look around and experience On-Page features before using them. So go to the website, click on, put your email, and then you'll be inside. Like, it's super easy, and you'll be able to see every single feature in use with sample data. You'll be able to get a real good feel for on-page before jumping in. There's even videos. So you get like, you'll basically know exactly what you're getting into when you get into on-page. I want to make it as transparent as possible. There are no trials. Now, is there a discount? Well, yes and no. So yes, you are currently experiencing a discount. There is currently a discount, and the prices are the lowest they will ever be. So substantial price increases are scheduled as we introduce new features. I was actually going to launch with higher prices, considerably higher prices, and at the last second, I was like, no, I'm just gonna give the first people a huge discount, and these are the current discounted prices, which are substantially lower than when we have the price increase. And the price increase is coming as we introduce new features. So putting it out there. Now, how safe is optimizing pages? We have no control over search engines. I think that's my general disclaimer. We never know what they're going to do. However, what we're doing when optimizing pages is we're not trying to trick anyone. We're actually helping users build the most relevant page for their query. So instead of going against the current, which is always risky, we're actually going with the current, and we're giving search engines what they want. And in turn, the pages are rewarded. So I believe we're doing good. And if ever the current search engine landscape were to change, we scan the results every time you enter, you use the tool. So we scan the top results all the time, each time you use the tool, so the results would be updated. So you're kind of always up to date, and we're doing good instead of trying to trick someone. So I believe it's fairly safe to do optimization. There you go. So do I need to be an expert to use this tool? So On-Page was designed to be as simple as possible to use and has next to no learning curve. Experienced SEOs could you kind of just jump right in and start using it. And for business owners that are new to SEO, or maybe you have staff that's never done SEO in their life, we have training videos that they can watch and get up to speed really quickly. So we're trying to cover everyone. It's very, very, very simple to use. Can I have multiple logins for my teams? So currently we're offering only one login per user with the plans. But we plan on expanding that to allow multiple team members to work at once within On-Page. That'll just be, we're expanding on that. But for now, it's one login, so, that's it. Can I add X feature? And the answer is probably yes. So we're currently in the process of adding a whole bunch of features every single week, and we've already added a whole bunch of community requested features. We're just adding stuff all the time. Of course, I am there curating to make sure that we are always mission critical, right? So if it helps the bigger mission of helping business owners rank online, I'll be happy to include it. And one of the advantages of being part of On-Page is that we're building the tool around your needs and usage. So whenever we see a whole bunch of people doing a specific thing, we could just go and help you do that better. So that's kind of where we're focused. My mission and the mission of On-Page is to make you rank better. So if you ask me for a feature that doesn't include or doesn't help that, I probably won't do it. But if it's aimed towards that, and I suspect that it is, then let me know. Just let me know. All right. So now, getting started. Visit OnPageai and register for free. You'll be able to see everything inside. And once you're inside, on the left-hand side, you'll see that there's a activate your account, and you could activate your account, start using it with any plan. And you can cancel at any time within the control panel and never talk to support. So you just click, and you're done. Like if you decide you don't want it anymore, it's like I think it's like 2 clicks or 2 or 3 clicks. Unless you want to talk to our support, in which case we have a team that's ready to help you. So that's it for On-Page.ai. I hope you see you on the inside. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and we'll be happy to get back to you. All right, take care.